Your girl has had a rough week. And yesterday I broke out in tears and I was so frustrated and I'm like, I hate this so much.
Okay, we are about to meal prep in a hotel room. Look. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am going to record my weekend at Pro Physique Experience. I'm here right now stretching at Crunch Fitness, and for some reason this is not focusing on me. It really ain't my friend right now, but that's okay. And with that being said, I do have, there we go, what's up, guys? I do have 400 grams of carbs right now. I am in peak week for Versace Warrior, which is my Salt Lake show, my second pro show ever in life, and I'm so excited. If you did not watch my Clash series, my road to my pro debut previous video, then hop over there and check that out. We talked about all things peak week, all things show day, and did a show day recap with my coach Paul. So we're sitting here right now stretching, waiting for Paul to get here and for everyone to get here for us to train. I'm going to do back and biceps today, and because I have 400 grams of carbs today, since we're doing a test going into this next show, you already know what your girl's eating pre-workout. We got some Sour Patch here, so gonna down these. Just had a bang. We're gonna already have about 250 grams of carbs today. It's about what, 2 o'clock? It's about 3 o'clock right now. So we're gonna train. I'm gonna try and get some footage for you guys. Yeah, enjoy the video.
Your girl has had a rough week. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's been weird. It's been weird. I am still in Florida, and we're going to talk about that. Originally, this video was going to be all about the Pro Physique experience that I had over this past weekend. Well, I didn't get a ton of content. I got a really awesome training though for you guys, so you guys will be able to see that throughout this video, the training that I did. And then I got a little bit of content here and there, but nothing exponential that I'm like, wow, this would really deliver some value to my YouTube, to my followers, to the people on here who want, obviously, to be delivered value. But I am 3 days out from Salt Lake Pro, so my second pro, well, it's called Wasatch Warrior, but it's in Salt Lake, my second pro show of the season. And on Sunday, I was supposed to go home back to DC. It's currently Tuesday, the 13th of April. And your girl is still in Florida. So Sunday there was a tropical storm. Apparently there was a hurricane coming up from Panama or something. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just listen to what people say. And my flight got canceled. So my flight got canceled at 9:30 p.m. So I was scrambling. And by the way, I hate talking YouTube videos. Like, this whole video is not going to be me talking about my experience. But it is going to be a little bit of snippets here and there, so you guys get the backstory, and then I'm going to show you some real good stuff on how to deal with situations like this. So I'm excited. So anyway, so Sunday, my flight got canceled at 9 p.m. I sat at the airport from noon until 9 p.m. and then I was like, fuck. I have been in Florida since April 1st. I've literally been in Florida since April 1st. It's currently April 13th. I wanted to go home so bad. And when they on the intercom were like, flight to DC has been canceled, blah, 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 wait for the email to reschedule your flight, I was starving. I'm exhausted. I'm so skinny right now. Like, I was 6 days out from a show. Like, I just started bawling my eyes out. I ripped my mask off my face because I couldn't fucking breathe because I was hyperventilating. And I was like, fuck this. I'm so mad. I started bawling my eyes out. I'm like, I'm literally exhausted. And I started panicking. And then I sat there for a second. I took a couple deep breaths. I called my mom because she's my home girl and she always calms me down. I called my mom and I'm like, I'm so upset right now. I know there's nothing I can do. I can't control it, but I just like need to cry for a second because I'm so frustrated because I was sitting there all day long, freaking exhausted, and I just wanted to go home, and I've been looking forward to going home, seeing my husband, seeing my dogs, and then they canceled my flight. So, bawling my eyes out, I'm like, Mom, here's the plan. Here's what we're going to do. And I immediately booked a room at the Marriott because I have a ton of points with Marriott. So luckily, I didn't have a lot of money out of pocket because of this. So I just used my points from last year when obviously we couldn't travel and just accumulated points. I'm like, I'm going to go to this Marriott. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to sleep. And then I'll figure the rest out tomorrow because right now I am so exhausted. I am so tired. I am so hungry. And I had no more meals left because it's 9 p.m. Your girl's a baby grandma. I normally go to bed at 8:30. So I was like, okay, I'm going to Uber. I got to the Marriott. Finally laid down, took a shower, laid down, and I was like, okay, collected my thoughts. Called my mom, called my husband, tried to figure out all the different details, all the different things that I could do. I was like, my first option was, okay, I can get a rental car right now. I could go back to TPA. I could get a rental car. It's a 12-hour drive. I could drive 6 hours, stay the night, drive 6 more hours. I'm like, that was my ideal decision. I was like, that's what I want to do because I want to go home as soon as possible. So we look up rental cars. No rental cars for the next 3 days in Tampa. I'm like, all right, that's cool, because you guys need to imagine everyone's flight on the East Coast got canceled. Literally everyone's flight on the East Coast got canceled. So no rental cars for 3 days, which brings me out to Wednesday, and I'm like, well, that's pointless. So I'm like looking up different airlines. I'm like, I can book with a different airline. Fuck it, I'll get a refund. I'll get a refund from JetBlue, and I'll book with a different airline. Looking up airlines, no flights. I swear to God, there was 3 flights, 3 possible flights that I could have taken from Tampa to DCA. Only 3 options. One of them was on Tuesday, one of them was on Wednesday, and the other one was on Thursday, which can't happen because, guys, let me mind you that, yeah, I was at the time 6 days out from a show, but I leave on Thursday to go to Salt Lake. So I was just going to be home 3 days, just enough to like soak up the love for my dogs and my husband, and then go to Salt Lake. So I'm like, none of these flights are going to work, and they were like $1,000 because it's spring break here in Florida, so there's so many people, it's so expensive. I mean, my flight home was like $350. So I was like, okay, well, that's not gonna work. I'm like, so what if I do this? What if I cancel my original flight from DCA to Salt Lake, and I rearrange stuff, and I just stay here until Thursday, and I fly from Tampa to Salt Lake, and then my mom can fly from DC to Salt Lake and bring everything I need from my show. And I'm like, yes, this is it. So I'm like, I called JetBlue because I originally wanted to see if they had anything. I called JetBlue the next morning, and I sat on hold for 3.5 hours before I finally was like, fuck this. And I hung up. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to go straight from Tampa to Salt Lake, and that's what's going to happen. I canceled my previous flight. I rearranged some stuff. So now, here's the game plan, okay? Here's the game plan. I am going to stay here because it's currently Tuesday. I'm going to stay here until Thursday morning. I'm going to leave Thursday morning out of Tampa, fly to Salt Lake. My mom is going to bring my suitcase, which was already packed from Clash, because she brought my suitcase home with her when I stayed in Florida. So she left with my suitcase, and I just had like a little carry-on, and so it's already packed. All she has to do is wash the clothes that are in there. And so she's going to bring my suitcase to Salt Lake, and then I'm going to fly home Monday the 19th, and finally be home. Fucking literally, guys, I have been traveling for the past 6 weeks. I have not been home in 6 weeks because prior to being in Florida, I had 3 back-to-back live events. Okay, so I had my live event that I hosted, then I had Paul's live event, so I was just in Tampa, then I flew home for my other live event. I had 2 back-to-back live events, which is dumb on my part, but it is what it is. And then I had Clash, and then I had Paul's live event, and now I have Salt Lake. Like 7 weeks that your girl has not been home. I'm itching. I'm like, I want to go home so fucking bad. I want to go home so fucking bad. And yesterday I like broke out in tears, and I was so frustrated, and I'm like, I hate this so much. And here's the lesson that I want to teach you guys, and then we'll get into how to deal with this stuff and what to do when stuff like this inevitably happens. Life is not going to be perfect. It's not. Life is not always going to be perfect, and it's not always going to be ideal either. You have to roll with the punches, okay? Because if you don't, then you're going to get knocked down, and you're not going to get back up, and you're not going to see the success that you want in your life. So when all of this was happening, of course, I was feeling the emotions, and I don't want you guys to think when things like this happen, I'm not supposed to feel the emotions. No. Be sad, be frustrated, feel how you want to feel, accept and release the fact that, okay, I am frustrated, I'm pissed off, I'm upset. It's okay to cry, it's okay to feel these emotions, but what it's not okay to do is freeze. What it's not okay to do is obsess over the problem and completely be so obsessed with the problem that you completely forget about the fact that there is a solution, okay? Every single thing in your life is figure-outable. You can figure it out. You can always go to the grocery store and get more food. You can always book a new flight. You can always get a hotel room. You can always do all these things. There's so many different options, but it's hard when you're in the moment to detach and go, look, this sucks, but I need to focus in on the solution. So whenever you're put in a situation like this, try your best to acknowledge what is happening. Try your best to not allow the anxiety and the frustration and the sadness and the anger to overcome you to the point where you can't even move and take action. So what I did is I accepted the fact that this sucked and I cried, but my immediate response was, okay, this sucks and I'm going to cry about it and that's okay and I'm going to feel this, but what can I do about it? Okay, so, and this is something I go through with my clients. Number one, the first question you want to ask yourself is, am I dying? Okay, because a lot of the times what happens is your brain's job, okay, is to keep your body alive. So if for whatever reason you're put in a fight or flight situation, your brain automatically goes death, right? And so you start to feel that anxiety overcome you, that stress overcome you, and you automatically result in death in your brain. Okay, but in reality, you're not dying. 100% of the time, you're not dying. If you're dying, you're running or you're finding a solution. Trust me, your body will keep you alive. So in those minute moments where it's really actually not death and it's really not that big of a deal, your body kind of freaks out. Okay, and so what I want you to ask yourself, number one, is, am I dying? The answer is always no. Okay, you are not dying, but you need to reassure yourself that and understand that you aren't dying. You're okay. You're safe. It's going to be okay. We will figure this out. Okay, so that's number one. Take a deep breath. So after you figure out that you're not dying, the second question is, can I control this? Okay, can I control this? Can I control the weather? No. Can I control the fact that they canceled my flight? No, right? But what I can do is I can start taking action on what I can control. Okay, control the controllables, and all of the rest, let it go. Okay, all the rest of the stuff, let it go. It's just noise. It's just distraction, okay? So what can I control right now? All right, I can get an Uber. I can sit in the airport for a while and figure out what I need to do. I can weigh my odds, weigh my options. I can call my support systems to help me out. And so that's exactly what I did. I came up with an action plan. Called my mom. I'm like, okay, let's game plan. What am I about to do right now? I can drive. No, that's not going to work. There's no rental cars. I can fly out tomorrow. No, that's not going to work. There's no flights, or they're $1,000 fucking dollars, right? What are my options that I have? And because those two weren't any more of an option, I was like, well, looks like I'm staying. Looks like I'm staying. It's not what I want to do, but it's really the option that makes the most sense for me. Because when you're this close to a show, anything that's going to stress you out is going to make you hold on to water and inflammation and set you back in your progress. So my thinking is, what is the thing that's going to stress me out the least and get me to my goal, which is to win Salt Lake? I mean, at the end of the day, that's my goal, to get Olympia qualified, and in order to do that, I need to win the overall at Salt Lake. So I came here with one mission, and this entire year has been one mission, and that is to get Olympia qualified and to stop at nothing until that happens, whether it's with points or an overall win. But the game plan is an overall win. So I'm like, okay, my next option is to stay. So I decided to stay. Okay, and this isn't ideal, and it's not what I want to do, but it is the best option for me right now. It doesn't make sense to fly into DC on Wednesday and then leave for Salt Lake on Thursday of 6 hours of traveling. It just doesn't make sense. So I made the executive decision to stay in Tampa. So I am here until Thursday. And then I leave for Salt Lake on Thursday morning, and I'll be in Salt Lake until Monday. Now, with that being said, I came here with a carry-on with 3 days worth of clothes, and I had no food. I had no food, and I'm on prep. So let's see how that's a freaking problem. So I came up with a game plan that the next day when I woke up, my game plan is laundry. Your girl needs some clean underwear. So I hit a laundromat. Then I hit a Publix because your girl needed some food. I went to the gym. I looked up the closest LA Fitness. I have a membership with LA Fitness. And I planned out my whole entire day. I'm going to show you guys, literally, this is exactly what my game plan looked like. I don't know if you guys can see this. I have my schedule, laundry, LA Fitness, CVS, Publix, in the order that I was gonna go, and also the addresses, so that when I'm in the moment, all I had to do is click and Uber or click and walk. So on top of the fact that I had no food, all this is happening, I still have an hour of cardio, I still have to train, I still have clients who have check-ins that need to be answered, I still have a full Monday worth of work. So it wasn't just that I had to kind of restart and re-prep, but I also had my normal Monday stuff. So it was a lot, but we figured it out. And if I would have froze and I would have been like, fuck this, I give up, and cried about it way too long and dwindled on it way too long and obsessed over it way too long, I'd be stuck and I probably would have given up. But guys, life is not going to be fucking perfect, and you just have to get the fuck over it. And I know that's hard to hear, and I know that sucks. That's not the answer that you want. Are you dying? Can you control it? If the answer is yes, you can do something about it, then figure out an action plan. Do not stay stuck in your own fucking misery. Get out of your own head and start moving and start taking action and start writing this down. This is why I always have a journal, because I always sit down and I write out different plans. What can I do? I could do this. That's not going to work. I could do this. That's not going to work. I could do this. Okay, that's the one. Let's do it. Move your body. Go. Start taking action on the shit that's hard, because when inevitably stuff like this happens to you in your life, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have to act fast, or you're going to be stuck in your own misery. So this entire video is not going to be me sitting here talking to you guys, because I hate talky videos, but I had to give you guys a little background on what was going on. Side note, I got Starbucks. I got a venti Americano, 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla, a splash of almond milk, and I brought my own stevia, so I have stevia in here too. Anyway, it's 15 calories. It's really good. So this whole video is going to be about what to do and what I did when it came to this. What did I buy at Publix? Okay, what does my training look like right now? How am I getting my cardio in? How am I getting my work done? All of that is what this video is going to be all about. So let's start with the food. I'm going to show you guys inside my fridge. I'm going to show you guys what I got. I'm going to show you guys my staples when I'm traveling, when it comes to food and travel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for supporting me, because after this whole thing happened, I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DMs of people who live in the area who were like, if you need anything at all, let us know. And like, just the support that I got from this is incredible. And I also want to preface the fact that I am so grateful. I am so grateful, and I'm so overcome with gratitude that I even have the financial and physical ability to be able to just get a hotel for 4 nights and not stress about it, or to go to the grocery store and not stress about whether or not I'm able to afford it, or be able to have a constant membership at LA Fitness just for when I travel, and all of these resources that I have. I'm so grateful for them, but I want you guys to also remember that I didn't always have these resources. I didn't always, well, I had access to them, but I wasn't, because I don't want you to think that you also don't have access to these resources, because you do. I wasn't using my resources is a better way to put it. I was not using my resources efficiently, and I got to the point, and again, not to make this a talky YouTube, but I got to the point back in 2017 when I started my business, when I literally looked at myself in the mirror and I said, I will get to the point where I have complete and utter financial freedom, and no matter what happens, I'll be okay. And I finally, I'm not 100% there yet, but I finally got to the point where I don't have to stress about stuff like that anymore. And I'm super grateful that I have that as an opportunity, but I need you guys to remember, I wouldn't be competing if I wasn't financially stable. I would not be doing all this traveling if I wasn't financially stable. So I was put in this situation, but it's because I already knew that I had a cushion if things went wrong, you know. So I need you guys to remember that you have every single thing that you possibly need in your life in order to be successful, but you just have to utilize those tools. All right, so let's dive in. Let's not get too talky on this vid, and let's dive into the food. You can keep that in.
All right, let's show you what we got in the fridge, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of meal prep. So when I was stuck at the airport, I bought these little pickles because I was literally starving. I actually never ate them, so, you know, I don't know if I'll actually eat these. But if you're starving and at an airport, these are only 15 calories for these little pickles, so you know, it's always a good option. But I'm going to show you everything that I got. I'm going to start with the fridge here. So I have these stupid pickles from the airport. I don't know why I'm still even talking about these pickles, but so then I bought these little things. I'm going to show you what these are. I just bought these from the grocery store, and they are just little juice shots. So normally I bring a probiotic with me, which I did bring a probiotic with me and I ran out. So I bought some of these little juice shots. They're 15 calories. This one's for digestion, and then I have 2 of these bad boys over here that are specifically for sleep. So I got 2 sleep ones because I have 2 nights left here, and I took a digestion one today already, and I'll take one tomorrow, and then I fly out Thursday, so I won't need these anymore anyway. So the next thing that I got is bangs for my pre-workout. I only have one more workout here, so I have one more bang left. I have this vitamin water, which is 0 calorie, just so that I have something to sip on if I start to get hungry throughout the day, something other than water. And then here's the kicker, and I'm about to actually meal prep with this, so I'm going to take this out. I got this chicken breast. It's already cooked and sliced up. All I have to do is heat it up, and here are the macros. This is a super good option if you are traveling. 100 calories for 3 ounces. It's 1 gram of fat. It's 2 gram of carb and 19 grams of protein. So I really, really like this brand. The Purdue brand is good too, but I like this brand better. So we're going to leave this out because we're about to do some meal prep. And then for vegetables, I get this frozen asparagus that you can heat up right in the bag. I got 2 of these, and I'm actually going to take these out because I'm going to meal prep some of these. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Then I got my fave. You guys already know, 0% Faye. I live off of this stuff. This is a great source of protein. Honestly, I eat this 3 times a day. It's 90 calories per serving, 0 fat, 5 carb, and 18 protein. This is like legit dessert. I eat this every single day with sugar-free maple syrup and then various toppings, and I'm going to show you some of the toppings that I have. And one of the toppings are these mixed berries. So this is just strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. I just got it from Publix, and I've been putting it on top of this yogurt. And then thanking Jesus the Lord that I brought a couple Icon meals with me, and I had a couple left over. So I have this last diced chicken one that I'm going to eat tomorrow before I leave for Salt Lake, and my mom's going to bring me some more Icon meals, so I'm set up for success. But let's get into the other foods that I got. So I got this sugar-free jam, and the reason why is because I have been putting this with this cream of rice and almond butter. Let me just tell you right now, when you're traveling, this combination, peanut butter and jelly cream of rice, is life. Do not sleep on this. This is a freaking amazing combination. And the reason why I mostly do this when I'm traveling is because, to be honest, I would love to have my favorite lemon poppy seed bread, but most of the time hotel rooms don't have a toaster, but they normally always have a microwave. So this is a super good combo for breakfast. And honestly, I bought some boiled eggs from the store. They tasted kind of nasty, so cutting out the eggs. No eggs right now. You could buy the pre-made boiled eggs, but honestly, they tasted kind of freaking gross. So right now for breakfast, we've just been doing the cream of rice, the sugar-free jam, and this almond butter. Okay, so I got some bananas that I can just eat by themselves or put on Faye or even throw in my cream of rice. I got this 0-calorie Gatorade for something other than water that I can sip on. And then I have this sleepy time tea for at night. So I have a nice little hot tea. So when I travel, I always buy bowls at the store. That way I have something to put my food in that I can just toss out after I eat it. I also purchased this little container of forks, spoons, and knives so I don't have to stress out about what I'm eating with. I got these sweet potatoes that I'm about to meal prep with this chicken and asparagus, and I'm going to put it in bags, which I also bought. So I also bought these napkins and Ziploc bags. That way I can meal prep. I can weigh everything out, throw it in a bag. I don't have to stress about anything. It's already measured out and ready to go. Of course, I have rice cakes, and then also I have this toast, which I won't be able to eat until I get to Salt Lake, because I think my room in Salt Lake has a toaster, but my room here unfortunately does not. So no toast right now, just gonna do cream of rice. Okay, we are about to meal prep in a hotel room. Look at the life that we're living right now. So we are going to meal prep for the next couple days. We have tonight, we have tomorrow, we need one, and then we have Thursday, we need 2, Friday we need 2, Saturday we need 2. So 8 meals we're gonna prep. We're gonna prep 8 meals so that we're set up for success for this whole weekend. So like I showed you guys, I bought these Ziploc bags. That way it's super easy to prep. I have my food scale. I have my potatoes that I already heated up. I let them sit so that they're not burning hot anymore. I have this chicken that was previously super frozen, and then I have this frozen asparagus that it is what it is. We're just going to kind of do with what we got. So let's grab our bowl, pull some baggy bags out. So we need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, very good. So we got 8. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with sweet potato, and the way that we're gonna do this, since the sweet potato is already cooked, is honestly we're gonna put these in, and we're gonna zero it out and cut them up and put them in the bag. So we have 2 sweet potatoes in. I'm zeroing it out. Hold on. This is so weird. So I have sweet potatoes in here. This is zeroed out. This is so weird. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done in my life. And we're literally, this is what's gonna happen right now. So I'm just gonna, I don't want that piece. Well, I guess I should put it back in here. We're going to cut this, runaway sweet potato. We're gonna cut this sweet potato just like this, and we're gonna measure out 100 grams of sweet potato. Guys, this is the weirdest life that I'm living right now. It's so strange, and that's okay. So I'm gonna cut it up a little bit. Like, I don't have a cutting board. I have nothing. I have my hand and this plastic knife. So sad life that we're living. All right, and then this is the strangest life that I've ever lived. So we're gonna start with sweet potato for our 8 meals, and we want 100 grams per each one. This is 77. The fact that I'm literally, guys, I could not go live and do this. This is too weird not to share. Like, this is too strange of a life for me not to share what's happening right now. Okay, fuck yeah, that's 100. Spot on, that's 100. Okay, so we have 100 in this bag. I probably won't do all of them with you guys. I'll probably just do one at a time. Now, every single bag has 100 grams of sweet potato in it. Now we're gonna do the asparagus. So we're gonna throw our asparagus on, zero out the scale, and every single bag is going to get 100 grams. Perfect. Now we have our Chicken. So we're gonna do 4 ounces per bag of chicken. Actually, let's do 5 ounces. Let's keep it consistent. Well, no, let's do 4 ounces. We're gonna do 4 ounces because that's what I tracked is 4 ounces. So that is 2.4. That is 3.8. That's 4 ounces. Okay, so we have 1 done. Said we're keeping it super simple and easy. Our main meals are going to be for breakfast. It's going to be the cream and rice peanut butter and jelly, which is my favorite ever, and I really look forward to it every morning with either a banana or not, depending on our carbs. Our main meals when it comes to lunches and dinners is going to be chicken, sweet potato, and asparagus. We're keeping it simple and easy. I actually bought some hot sauce. I bought this hot sauce actually at the at the airport because I didn't have any like ketchup or hot sauce or anything. And I think the restaurant here in Florida called Columbia, and this is that brand of hot sauce. So whatever, it was really freaking good. And so I bought it for my chicken, sweet potato, and asparagus, and I have that meal twice a day. And then for snacks, I have Faye 3 times a day, and I put sugar-free maple syrup on it, like I showed you guys, sugar-free maple syrup, and either bananas and almond butter, or I have Oreos. I've been doing Oreos and bananas, or Nutter Butters and bananas, believe it or not, in my yogurt meal, and it's been super, super good. So when you're traveling, especially, I mean, honestly, even if I wasn't thrown in this weird situation, I would either have icon meals or do exactly what I'm doing anyway. When you're traveling, keep it simple, especially if you're on prep. Keep it simple, keep it easy, do stuff that you can just throw in the microwave. You don't have to stress out about. As long as you have a refrigerator and a microwave, you'll be totally fine. And I actually don't have a microwave in my room, so what I've been doing is literally going down to the lobby every single time I need to heat something up, which sucks. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And in all honesty, I didn't even know they were gonna have a microwave. And I started looking up 7-Elevens because, as crazy as this sounds, as psychotic as it sounds, 7-Elevens have microwaves in them that you can use for free. So I was literally, if we didn't have a microwave here, I was literally gonna walk to a 7-Eleven every single time I needed to eat to heat up my food if I really had to. So, you know, be resourceful. Don't feel like just because things aren't going your way or they're not perfectly perfect that you can't figure it out. Everything is figure-outable. Make it a lot easier on yourself than it needs to be, and just map out a plan and map out a strategy for the whole time that you are going to be traveling. That way, all you have to do is get a few staples and always make it fun. Always make it foods that you're going to actually like eating. Like for my 3 Faye snacks a day, I am putting like Nutter Butters and Oreos in them to make it fun and exciting and like something that I actually look forward to eating. So don't make it too boring to where you're literally eating chicken and asparagus for every meal, because then you're going to dread eating every meal. But yeah, so I actually feel so much better. This is day 2 in my hotel room. I stayed here Sunday night. I was here all day Monday, and then today is Tuesday, so I'm here all day Tuesday, and then I have all day tomorrow, and then, thank God, I leave on Thursday. So just trying to get things in, trying to you know, do the best I can with what I have, but I'm hitting my macros perfect to a T. This is kind of what it's all about when you are in this field and when you are competing. You know, there are no excuses. Everything is figure-outable, and all you have to do is understand that you do have the resources, and you just have to be resourceful and use them. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was definitely an impromptu and not what I expected to do, but I'm glad I got to show you guys what I eat while I'm traveling, and like impromptu eat when I'm traveling, or impromptu, or whatever the word is, and also got a really sick training in. So holy shit, 3 days out. 3 days out. Next time you guys see me, I'll be in Salt Lake City, hopefully winning the overall. Did I just dab? It's been a while. What was that? 2017 was the dab. So anyway, I'll let you guys go. Don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell so you never miss an update from me again. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.